Hey everybody, and welcome back to JakeBuilds. This time, we're looking at the high-grade After Colony XXXG-01S Shenlong Gundam from Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. Yeah, we've done one other wing kit for JakeBuilds, and that was the Gundam Sandrock. Yeah, so now we're doing the Shenlong. It's pretty cool. Definitely this one came out in 2022. It is sporting some pretty cool stuff, especially with the elongated arm with the dragon's head, which is pretty cool. And of course the beam, I don't know what you call that. I'm not too sure myself. But yeah, that's the front of the box with the Shenlong Gundam being badass and stuff with a great big flamethrower dragon's head. On the side of the box we have the Shenlong doing some more cool stuff, such as that extended dragon arm. It's, should say, beam glaive. Yes. Beam glaive. Oh, yeah. Beam glaive. That's what it's called. Duh. I'm still waking up. So, as you can see, there's a lot of articulation points. The dragon's head. Sorry, the dragon's fang. The beam, or the Shenlong beam shield, and the beam glaive. It also has a lot of articulation functions, which is pretty cool. I keep saying pretty cool. Anyway, on the side of the box here, we have a blurb about After Colony and the Shenlong Gundam, which is pretty neat. But there's nothing else on this box that is talking about, except for just the really cool as fuck box art. So, yeah. Anyway, toss that out to the side. Moving on to the instruction manual, which you may or may not see. Of course, if you've built a Gundam before, or built any sort of model kit before, you know instruction manuals for high grades, they're all fold open like this, which is pretty neat. We're not going to go fully through it, just because I don't want this video to take forever. So we're going to put that right there. Stickers, which is actually pretty decent for this kit, basically. Of course, you have your eyes. God, my fingers are in the way. My hand's in the way. Can't really show it off. There are the eye stickers, camera stickers. Not sure what that one's used for yet. Eye stickers for the dragon's fang. And of course, for the shoulders is these, which I would recommend if you have Gundam markers and you have the time and inclination, paint them on, because these stickers are probably not going to look great after a while. With that being said, toss that off to the side. Moving on to the runners, we have Runner A and Runner A2. Actually, this is A1, A2. So these are our multicolor runners. Of course, we have our atypical Gundam blue, red, yellow, orangish yellow, sorry, and our beam glaive blade. There are no beam sabers in this box. And then A2 only has blue and red. Pretty neat. So there's that. Pretty neat. Like the colors, but it is very atypical Gundam colors, which is alright. Over on this end, we have B1 and B2. Of course, this shares a lot of parts with the Gundam Death Scythe, actually, believe it or not. There's a lot in here. So, Gundam Death Scythe and Gundam Sandrock. I mean, a lot of these kits carry the same sort of base frame and stuff like that, which is not bad. I'd definitely say that you're probably going to see a lot of leftover parts just for the Sandrock and or the Death Scythe. It just depends, more or less. Stick those off to the side. Here we have Runner C, which is a Shenlong exclusive one. As you can see here, there's the glaive head, the extensions for the arms, a lot of different pieces meant for the legs and stuff like that, and just random here and there stuff, which is pretty neat. And then of course we have D1 and D2. So these are our white parts for down the legs and the arms and that kind of stuff. As you can see, there's the dragon's head right here, which is pretty cool, and the head pieces right there. Because it seems that the Shenlong does not have a individual piece for the face, which is interesting. But other than that, that should be almost all of our runners. I almost forgot. The most important thing with all these kits is polycaps. So yeah, this is another one of those kits that's got polycaps in it. Not a huge deal breaker. A lot of older high grades have got, you know, polycaps. And yeah, it's just rubber caps you put in stuff. Neat. With that being said, I'll go ahead and probably should have been more prepared for this. Like I said, I just woke up, like, maybe not only an hour ago, and I'm having a hard time. So we got our god hands. Make sure there's nothing else I need. Oh, well, nope. Well, there is something we need. It's called a pair of tweezers. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my typical tweezers here. And, that should be everything. With that being said, do my typical thing. Let's get building. done. I definitely say it builds up like a typical high grade, believe it or not. Just in the very beginning, there was the dragon arm that you kind of have to do, the dragon's fang, like we talked about in the beginning. I can definitely say this is what makes this kit stand out, is this dragon arm, which is sort of a parts formation, but it's not a deal breaker. It's actually really, really cool. I think it's cool. Your mileage may vary, but I definitely say I wish that they did add some effect parts for the dragon's fang. Honestly, you know, like the flames that are supposed to shoot out of it, but other than that, it's pretty cool. And of course, you get the extenders on the arms to make it look like the dragon's fang is fully extended. So, yeah, it's pretty freaking neat. I like it. The articulation-wise, it's very articulatable. That's such a bullshit way to say that. But you can move the arm all the way around the general arms without, you know, just the right arm, as you can see, can go all the way up like that. If I didn't have the beam glaive hooked up, shield's pretty neat. The legs, let me get that flap armor go kind of all the way like that. And it doesn't have a static butt flap back here. So you can actually move the legs all the way back. And considering this is more or less a, you know, mobile suit that's supposed to be very flexible, it definitely counts for it, which is pretty neat. But I definitely say my standout favorite is the dragon's arm. I think it's a really good inclusion, and also matches its original look in the anime, which, hey, come on, that's pretty neat. But other than that, it's generally just cool. And I did say in the very beginning that you're probably going to have to paint these little sections on the top because they don't look very good at all. Maybe in the way that his camera is set up. I don't know. Let's do that. There we go. As you can see, there's kind of crinkly looking. So, yeah. Not the greatest, but hey, I mean, if that's the only problem I can find with this kit, it's a pretty damn good kit. That's all I'm gonna say. But sticker-wise, of course, you have the eyes in the head. That triangle sticker. I should probably triangle sticker on the chest, sticker in the eyes, sticker in the camera, and the two stickers on the shoulders. And of course, the dragon fang's got its own set of eyes. If you can see that, it's not horribly blown out because of the light. So, yeah, that is neat. But all in all, I don't score these kits simply because I'm not a reviewer. I just, you know, this is sort of like my first impressions of a kit, just from building it and displaying it, and I definitely would say this one is actually my favorite, believe it or not, out of the high-grade kits, because I've actually built a good chunk of them. Give me just a second, and I will show you that real quick. Now, it's not completely like the Operation Meteor, considering this is supposed to be... This is the wing... Oh god, what was the name for it? It's like the... After Hero blows up the original wing, this is the new wing, or the proto-wing. I don't remember, and I didn't do the research. Like, I didn't remember the name before doing this episode. Anyway. But yeah, I have pretty well a good chunk of Operation Meteor. Wait a second. If you'd forgive me. There you go. now we're good. Sorry, and also everything kind of looks a little dusty, and that wing over there, that Gundam wing, kind of looked a little dusty and did not look like the rest of these because, well, I top-coated that one, but that's besides the point. So yeah, I almost forgot. And of course, you have multiple hand pieces down here, or multiple different styles of hands, which is nice. It's always great when they include stuff like that. But also, you will have a lot of leftover parts, if I can get it in frame without tipping anything over. So a lot of this is shared with the original Gundam Sandrock, as you can see, and the original hilts and stuff like that. So both B1 and B2 are shared with the Gundam Sanra, this guy right here. So, that's it. That has been JakeBuilds, the Gundam Shenlong, or the Shenlong Gundam. Get those confused. And I appreciate all of you watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye now. Hey everybody, you made it to the end of the video. I appreciate all of you for watching, and if you like what you see, hit the like button, and if you want to see more of it, hit the subscribe button, and if you want to get notified whenever a new video goes live, hit the bell notification. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye now.